Buckle fan here, and in this video, I saw the most recent Nintendo Direct a couple days ago, and there were a few announcements in that Direct that I would like to talk about in this video, mainly about the casting for the Super Mario computer animated movie that will be coming out by the end of next year, which will be animated, similar to Toy Story. It's going to be CGI animated, made by the same company, Illumination Studios, that made Despicable Me and the Minions movies. It's the same company that made all those movies that's making this new Super Mario CGI animated film. And before I do talk about that, though, there were a couple games that were announced during the Direct that I do want to briefly talk about too as well. Like there was a new Kirby game that looked interesting to me, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, which is kind of the first Nintendo game that I've seen being part of the post-apocalyptic subgenre, because we see Kirby and using all of his abilities traversing this post-apocalyptic city, and seeing Kirby doing all of his tricks like you would see in the Smash Bros. Brawl games and in a lot of the other Kirby games, which I've never played any of the Kirby games, so I'm interested in playing it. Like, I'm interested in playing this new Kirby game that they announced, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, part of the post-apocalyptic subgenre, believe it or not. It looked interesting. And there's a giant gorilla, not Donkey Kong, but there's a giant gorilla as a boss in the game. So I'm intrigued in that game. Then there was also an announcement for, there was a Mario Party game. Oh, the other big thing that I'm looking forward to for my Nintendo Switch is the Nintendo 64 expansion / new membership that they're doing for the online membership for Nintendo Switch. So they'd be releasing a lot of older games like Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, the original Star Fox, a lot of those older Nintendo 64 games being re-released for the Nintendo Switch online membership. So that's definitely interesting. I mean, granted, I already have Ocarina of Time. I have that for my 3DS, the remake, and I already have Super Mario 64, so I technically don't really need it, but it is a nice novelty to have, to be able to play a lot of older games that were originally released for the Nintendo 64 for my Switch. So that's another pretty big announcement that I'm also looking forward to, because one older Pokemon game that I never played was the original Pokemon Snap game, and that was included when they were talking about all of the older games that will be coming to the Switch with this Nintendo 64 membership that they're doing. So that's gonna be cool. But the biggest announcement for me was the casting for the Super Mario animated film, and oh boy. So the cast they've already announced, they cast, of all people, Chris Pratt to voice Mario. Chris Pratt, Star-Lord. That's interesting, to say the least, because I feel like they cast him for everything nowadays. Chris Pratt, I've seen him in so many movies now. The Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the Jurassic World movies, the Tomorrow War, which I reviewed not too far back. It's just, they cast him for everything now, Chris Pratt. So he's voicing Mario. I'm not sure how he's gonna do it, because he does not sound like Mario at all. So I don't know if they're gonna do something unique with his voice to make him sound more like Mario or what. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. Then they cast an actor that I have heard about before. I don't think I've seen any of his movies. They cast Charlie Day to voice Luigi. I'm pretty sure he's a comedy actor. I don't really know his work all that well, but he's gonna be voicing Luigi. And then they cast Anya Taylor-Joy as the voice of Princess Peach, and I've seen her in a couple movies. I know she was in the X-Men New Mutants movie, that horror spin on the X-Men characters, the New Mutants movie. She was in that movie, and then she was also in the Unbreakable trilogy, Split and Glass, the M. Night Shyamalan superhero thriller films that were made. Anya Taylor-Joy was in those movies, so I do know her. I've seen her in a couple movies, and they cast her as the voice of Peach, but the one that I was amused by the most was Jack Black as Bowser. Jack Black. So at first I was like, what? Why Jack Black? Why would you cast him? Like, he's such a interesting actor, especially in comedy. And in Bowser, he's a very intimidating he has a very intimidating presence, and every time you hear him in all the Mario games, he has this that kind of voice, very gruff. So I don't know if Jack Black is gonna make his voice more gruff or something to make him sound more like Bowser. I'm not sure, but for those of you that have played a lot of the Mario RPG spin-off games like Paper Mario or the Mario and Luigi games, Bowser in those games has a lot more personality and has quite an interesting set of humorous dialogue in those Mario spin-off games. And after having seen a lot of walkthroughs of those games, I can see Jack Black voicing Bowser, creating a more humorous performance of the character. I definitely think Jack Black can do that. I'm just not sure what they're gonna do to make his voice change to sound more like Bowser. And then the other big casting was Seth Rogen, who I know him in quite a few movies, as Donkey Kong. So Donkey Kong is going to be in the movie, so that's going to be cool. It looks like this new Super Mario animated movie they're doing is kind of teasing a possibility of maybe a connected universe, like the MCU, like, because we've already had the Detective Pikachu movie, then they made the Sonic movie, and now they're making this new Super Mario animated film. And if Donkey Kong is going to be in this movie, and they're going to be teasing like other characters and other video games from Nintendo, they could, potentially like make more movies and more animated films and more live action films adapting other popular video game characters like Kirby or Link from Legend of Zelda, all that. So it would be interesting to see like a more broader universe of films and TV shows of Nintendo adaptations, which could possibly lead to a Super Smash Bros. Brawl film at some point. That would be cool. So, yeah, that's quite a lot of news in regards to Nintendo games and the Super Mario movie. And yeah, it's quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to all of it. So that should do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Time to raise our sails. It's freedom like you